I am Shivam Garg, alumni of IIT Roorkee, industry expert in 9th SEM. I am here to teach you the subject Geotechnical Engineering. The topic is to find out the safe bearing capacity of the soil. Actually, if you are in the field, it means you are doing a job and are at the construction site, or you are sitting in an interview, then it is very important that before planning any construction, any type of construction, you have to calculate the safe bearing capacity of the soil. It means the soil will bear the load of the structure or not. So this topic is very much important before any kind of topic. Let's start it. What is safe bearing capacity? Now the question arises. Safe bearing capacity is the capacity of the soil which a soil can withstand. It means the soil can bear before it fails, either in the shear as well as in the settlement. It means there is a particular limit. So you can read here. Safe bearing capacity can be theoretically defined as the permissible load the soil can withstand, such as it neither fails in shear nor exceeds with the permissible load. Got it? So this is defined in the terms of allowable pressure. It means the pressure which we apply on the soil. Okay, means what is the limit of pressure which we can apply on the soil before it fails. Okay, got it? Now let's go to the test. That which kind of tests are performed to find out the safe bearing capacity. So these are the important tests: drop weight method, plate load method, SPT test. What is SPT test? It is standard penetration test. This is SCPT test, standard cone penetration test. So let's go to the details of each test. Now start with the drop weight method. This is very small image. Actually, I will show this image on the next page as a large. But here, just to get the overview of the test, I have shown this image on this page. Firstly, excavate a pit of required depth. Preferably we use the equal to the depth of foundation. It means what is the DF? We excavate the soil for the pit. Okay. Now take a square cube of the known weight. It means a weight is taken of square cube. Okay. Now drop the square cube on the pit. It means we drop this square cube in the pit. Okay. Third point is also clear. Now let's go to the fourth point. Measure the impression made on the pit by the square cube using the scale. It means whatever impressions are made by that square cube, that is measured by the scale. Okay, we have a scale. Okay, for accurate results, drop the cube several times on the same pit and calculate the average of the impression. Are you getting my point? It means we are following this square bits and there may be an impression. Then we will do it several times and the average of those values are taken. Okay. So what happens? We find the ultimate bearing capacity from here. Ultimate bearing capacity. That is weight of the cube in kilogram. Okay. Then height of the fall in centimeter. Okay. For example, 100 centimeter, 120 centimeter, whatever value we got. Okay. And divided by depth of impression. Whatever impression we have got by the scale. Have you reminded that the impression which we got from the scale, from this scale, this one. Okay. So this is the formula to find out the ultimate bearing capacity. And when we get the ultimate bearing capacity, what we do? We divide it from the area as well as the factor of safety. Are you getting? Area of the cube and factor of safety. Okay? Whatever factor of safety we take. Let's go to the next page. I think this drop weight method has been completed. So this is the large image, the test which I was talking about. H is the height of fall, D is the depth of impression, this is the stone, Q, okay, and this is the height, okay. So weight multiplied by height divided by impression. Okay, this is ultimate. Let's go to the next. This is plate load test. Plate can be either circular in size or square in size. It doesn't matter that which plate we are taking. So this is the square plate which I have shown you. So this test is significant only for the cohesionless soil. It means for the sand. Okay, there is no cohesion. I think you all know about the cohesion and cohesionless. So take a pit 5 times of the depth of foundation. Here the pit is not equal to the depth of foundation. Please mind it. If the water table is above the level, water is pumped out. It means we take a level. If the water table is above, then we pumped out it. Okay. Now load of 70 gram per centimeter square is first applied and released after some time. Loads are increased. Now we will increase the loads in the increment of 1/5 of the estimated safe load. Whatever the estimated safe load, we will increase the value of loads by 1/5 every and each time. Okay, up to the failure, or please get my point, up to the failure or until a settlement of 25 mm. It means whatever value we come earlier, either 25 mm or failure point. It means the load which we are applying, the structure gets failed. Okay, the sample structure. So load settlement curve are plotted. Okay, this is the immediate settlement. So how we find out the settlement and the pressure on which the settlement starts? It means the soil is not be able to bear that load. You know very well that soil and everything has a capacity to bear that load. So the load for which the soil starts to settle, that is ultimate bearing capacity. It means by dividing it area and factor of safety, as you know very well, we find the safe bearing capacity. So SBC is the main important for us. Okay, SBC, safe bearing capacity. Got it? Now let's go to the next slide. Standard penetration test. So for any blow, it means, let me take the next color. If there are blows number N1, N2, N3, then what we do, and N4 please take it. For example, we take the average value. For example, we get the value 30. Okay, just assume it. And if any value, for example N3 is 40, okay, then the average is multiplied by 1.5. As we all know that this is 45. Okay, so this 45 is greater than 30, then no problem. Okay, but if there is any value which is greater than 45, then this becomes a problem. So we repeat this test. Okay, are you getting my point? So new average will be taken. For example, N2 is 48. Okay, 48. So this 48 is greater than 45. It means any value N1, N2, N3, N4, this should not be greater than the 1.5 times of average. Please get my point. Any value from N1, N2, N3, N4 or N5, it means so on. And the we take the average multiplied by it 1.5. The value of average and multiplied by 1.5 should not be greater than any value. Are you getting? So thus we get the safe bearing capacity. From it we can read it. There is a hammer 63.5 kg. Okay, and the falling height is 45 centimeter. the number of blow requires to penetrate 50 centimeter. It is called the seating drive. This is the important term, seating drive. Okay, the number of blows required to penetrate the 15 centimeter. Got it? Please remind it that procedure is repeated 2 more times until a total penetration of 45 centimeter is not achieved. It means if we are not be able to get the 45 centimeter, repeat it. Okay? If the n value exceeds 50, then the test is discontinued, and this is called refusal. It means this is discarded. So we should not get the value more than 50. Got it? And if you will say, so where is SCPT? Then SCPT is nothing, as I already told you that SCPT is the standard cone penetration test. There is nothing a change between the SPT and SCPT, but the change is that we take a cone here where the apex angle is 60 degree. Okay, and the cone area will be 10 centimeter square. Okay, so these were the tests: SPT, SCPT, drop weight method, and